Hey, look, go around the town, up in my way, up my shit. Niggas be making a sound.
Yo, we back with the Juice Podcast. Missing a member today, but he's here in spirit. Shouts to Jose. It's your boy Juma.
Frankie.
Isaac.
And we got a boy back with us, you feel me?
And Tyler Conan.
Yeah, bro. Nice to see you again, man. Thank you for coming back on.
It's been a while.
Yeah,
thank
bro.
you guys for having me, man.
Of course, man.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I think
Heck
season
yeah.
1, right? Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I looked at it when on the
like
page.
Andy.
I'm glad that you even had that in your bio, you know. He has us as one of the Juice Podcast interview. I'm like, yeah, that's top tier. But even with that, it like lets me know the time, bro. That was in 2022.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been a while since we've even caught up. I know we've seen you at
Damn,
shows
2
and other
years?
things like that.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
dude. I was saying the same thing. Like, I know we've seen you at shows and stuff,
Yeah.
but to catch up and just see you here today, nice to see you again, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. You
Heck
guys
yeah.
too.
Yeah, bro. So in that
This guy's
time
rocking a
period,
sick ass mustache
Yeah.
today.
I know, okay, been lazy as fuck to shave, bro.
Things are
honestly.
growing, man. I see the growth, you know. Things are
yeah,
growing.
I was
Low-key
gonna mention it
shady,
earlier. I was
bro.
like, Frank, you stuck in it this week, bro.
Nah, I just been lazy.
Yeah.
I was lucky gonna shave today, but
Nah, I hear you.
slacking.
I feel you. Even besides the music, because I know we're gonna get into that, bro. How's life? I know you got the little one.
Life is good,
Yeah,
man.
bro.
Life is good. It's hard.
Okay.
I think everybody's lives are pretty hard right now.
Yeah.
It just feels like everybody's like super busy.
Okay.
A lot of things to balance, but you know, I'm just trying to stay positive, trying to just do what I can, control what I can, and yeah, it's going pretty good. Like I feel good about that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
when you just kind of stay on top of your own shit
Yeah.
and just like worry about the things in your control, like you feel a little bit more inspired and more like, you know, I don't know.
Nah, to me that makes sense because I think that's when you're allowed to add other things into your schedule.
Yeah.
When you feel like things are in control, because maybe like I know music's like a thing where sometimes you got to fit it into real life. You feel me?
Yeah, for sure.
It's not just something you could just do whenever you want to, even though you may want to do it all the time. So I think when you speak about having control over your life, you can now, you know, do like things that you actually want to do.
Absolutely. You know, I feel like, you know, as an artist, you kind of have to have like an idea of yourself, like who you are. And I think the more time you spend worrying about too many other things, you start to lose sight of like what you want to do and who you want to be. And so like just trying to like refocus on like my goals and like my music and shit like that's been really good for like my mental health and everything, you know?
That's really good, bro.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Does music does it contribute to your mental health side, and how much do you put into?
In both ways.
Okay.
Sometimes it takes me down. Sometimes it brings me up.
Okay.
You know, it's hard. Like you go in the studio, especially when you don't have a whole lot of time in your day. You know, I go spend 4 hours in a studio, and if I spend 4 hours on a song and then I'm driving home and I think it sounds like shit, that like really crushes me, you know, because I'm like, well, there goes that 4 hours. Like now I won't be in there till next week, which means who knows when, you know, I'm gonna put out my next song and what kind of content am I going to be able to post? You know, it's just like a whole domino effect. But also when music's going good and I'm making music I like and I'm putting out music I like, that contributes to like me feeling like I know where I'm at. I know like what I'm doing. And like now I can focus on other things. Like how am I going to promote this? You know, now that I have these songs, what kind of content can I make with them? And that part's fun, you know.
I think a little bit right there, you kind of explained your process. Is that your process? Do you like creating the song first and then creating the content around it? Or what is your process to even think about it like that?
Yeah, definitely. I've never, you know, and maybe I should be a little bit more, but I've never been the type to like make a song with the intention of like, this is going to be a song that somebody dances to on TikTok. This is going to be a song that I can use for this kind of content that I've seen other places. Like, I don't know. Usually I just try to make the kind of music that I'm like listening to in whatever moment and then just sort of figure out the content on the, you know, on the back end.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then can you speak a little bit more about the process of creating the song and
Yeah, absolutely.
like getting time, like once you get the time to even go to the studio, are you at it right away? Do you have stuff in the tuck written? Is it like your whole idea just even, how does Tyler go about creating a song?
Sometimes I have stuff written ahead of time. Other times I just like to vibe it out in the studio. Sometimes I feel like when I'm vibing out in the studio, it kind of turns out better because it's like live and in the moment. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like I know exactly. Sometimes when you write it ahead of time, you get in the studio and you're like, you're not the same person you were when you wrote it. it sounds dumb because maybe it was just yesterday or like a week ago, but you're not in that same emotion and that same feeling as you were when you wrote it. So you kind of like lose it a little bit, and then it doesn't sound as good as you had built it up to be in your head. Especially you spend all day like rapping in your car and you have this idea like, oh, this is going to be so dope. And then if it's just is like a little bit under that expectation in the studio, you start to like question things. It's almost like, have you heard of like demoitis?
No.
It's like when you record a demo of a song and or like, it happens like listeners too. Like somebody will post like a snippet of a song and maybe the people, maybe they'll be on like really good car speakers. So it sounds like the bass is like crazy and it's kind of like making everything a little distorted. And then people listen to that version for like months on end before the actual song comes out. And the song comes out and it doesn't sound exactly the same. Mm-hmm. And people are like disappointed because they're like, oh, but the snippet was so amazing. Yeah. Or maybe the snippet is just their favorite part of the song and they don't really like the rest of the writing, what I mean?
This like so preconceived notion of what you think it's gonna be. Like you already
exactly.
I wanted it to sound like this, and if it doesn't, it's bad.
So sometimes I give myself demoitis, man.
Okay. Dang,
it's fucked up.
That's interesting, bro. I wonder if a bunch of artists go through the same thing,
Yeah, 'cause I never even heard of that.
Yeah, bro. That's
crazy.
Yeah. Damn.
But I usually get in the studio like once a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I try to make it like a routine. Like I book the same like day every week if I can.
Oh, heck yeah.
And
it's like something to look forward to in the week?
Yeah, for sure. And sometimes like I don't want to go. I'll be like tired when I get off work and I'm like, I kind of just want to go home.
Yeah, I already pre-booked this though. And
but I force myself. I make my way over there.
On those days when you don't want to go, what gets you charged up? Is it like once you get there, you're like, all right, now that I'm here, I'm got to get at it, or just even for the days that you're not feeling it as much?
It depends on the day, man. Sometimes I get in the studio, and I sit in the chair, and I start to get tired, and I take like a little 30-minute nap in the studio before I even start to work on a song. So I'm just like, bro, I'm tired.
Let me just re-energize.
Yeah. But usually when I get in there, I'll open up whatever song I'm excited about and I'll start working at it. And like once I get a few takes in, then I'm like really feeling it. Now I'm like, all right, like, okay, I'm gonna get this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to get into like the specifics about some of the songs.
Yeah, for sure.
We haven't seen you since 2022, and one of the ones that I really liked was "I Won't Cry." I know that was from like, was it in and around that time?
Yeah, that was. I think that released in January of 2022. Yeah, I actually went almost an entire 2 years without dropping a song.
Oh, dang. So speak on that, please. Just like, why didn't you? Was it, were you waiting? Was it you just weren't feeling it? Well, and then my bad, just to go back to surface in and around, why did that song drop and nothing else in and out, or like in and around that, or like after?
So to start with, I Won't Cry, that was a song I wrote a while back. I don't remember exactly when, but probably like 2019.
Oh, dang.
So I was sitting on it for quite a while. I think I bought that beat at the same time I bought the I don't know, 2019 or 2020, I don't remember. Oh, that's me.
Oh, that's you. Sorry, no, it's reminded me about mine, bro.
But let's see. But yeah. So that song is like really personal to me. I speak on, some shit that I've had a hard time dealing with and all that.
No, definitely.
But
I say that maybe like the reason I was so invested in that song is because I've seen you always in concert setting.
Yeah.
So I see you do lively songs. Yeah. Like all the time. And like indirect.
Especially when you're like with Young O.
Yeah, so that one kind of like caught me off guard. Yeah. Not that you can't get in that pocket, but like once I heard you in it, I was like, whoa, this is like really way more personable. Yeah. Like your demeanor, the way you're rapping it, it sounds like really emotional actually as well. So yeah, my bad. Please continue though.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that one's really personal. I speak on, the passing of my homie Steez and all that from LM. And this whole situation with an ex and the whole thing, it's just speaking on a lot of shit that, like really tears at me. And like just saying like, you try to be strong, but sometimes you just gotta like feel that shit. Mm-hmm. That was kind of the message of the song.
I'm glad music could do that for you,
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I know a lot of people maybe just not even have an outlet.
Yeah,
you know?
music has always been my outlet since high school. You know? So it was good to get that song out. I felt really good about it. I was sitting on it for a while and I really liked it. And I kind of always had this idea that I should get somebody else on the second verse, which is why I just kind of sat on it for a while. And then I was just like, it's long enough. I'm going to just put it out. You know, I had like an outro. I had that little talking intro. I was like, it's cool, you know, and it's personal. So why, like, you know, you include somebody else, and then if the verse isn't as good as you want it to be or whatever, something like that, then it kind of feels like you desecrated your baby a little bit, you know, when it's a song that close to your heart. So, so yeah.
That was nice, bro.
Yeah.
It's a great song.
Thank you, man.
And
Appreciate
then
that.
even from that time forward, let's just go to the beginning of this year. Something I think is the complete opposite of that style. New Day.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds like a rejuvenated Tyler. Like,
Yeah.
I'm back excited to make music.
Right.
What is that type of vibe you're on? That's what I gauge from it, just from listening to the song. It's like something I listen to before, like, about to go play a game or something, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it just gets me going, you know? Like, somebody about to work out or something like that, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. That was the vibe, man. You know, I've been wanting to like release a song for a while, so I just kept like coming back to different songs, like, oh, should I finish this one or that one? And I was like, you know what, I want to make something new. And it was getting close to being New Year's, and I was like, bro, I need to write a song that's like a New Year's anthem, like New Year and like my like kind of like comeback or whatever, you know, like my first single in a long time on New Year's Day. And so, yeah, I just started listening to beats, and it was from a producer that on YouTube that I had been following for a while, Kong Pack. And so I was just listening to his beats, and I already had the idea of like New Day, because I didn't want to call it New Year, because then you can only listen to it on the new year. I was like, you call it New Day, you can listen to it every morning. Like, shit, it's always a new day. So, so that was kind of the idea. I already had the idea of calling, writing a song called New Day, and I just listened to some beats, trying to find like that, like, you know, anthem, that pump up, that energy. And once I found it, it just came pretty naturally. That was one of those ones that I wrote, at least the first verse, all the same day, you know, first verse and hook, and just laid them down all on the same day and everything, just to like capitalize on that energy.
Okay. With your style specifically, bro, the voices. I think that's something that's like a staple, you know? Like, I think if that was your starter pack, the voices would be in the first box as far as like, this is what Tyler is really good at, you know?
Yeah.
As far as even like, you sound like you're enjoying yourself experimenting.
Yeah.
It's not like there's no randomness to it, you know? I think there's like, they say the method to the madness. So
Right.
what gets you to choose the voices, to the way you switch your cadences and all that, because it's one thing to get an exciting beat, but to make it just as lively with your energy, how do you channel that, bro?
Man, I don't know, you know, like that's something like that was definitely inspired by Kendrick.
Okay.
The whole like voice switch up thing, because he does that shit all the time.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, I don't know if I always get that wild like he does, but I try to switch it up because to me it makes songs more interesting. You know, like I'm a little bit like lacking focus and all that, so and I can do a like little switch up in the voice. It kind of makes me more interested in what I'm doing again, you know. And I don't know.
Takes a lot of takes? Does it take a lot of takes?
It depends.
Okay.
Not always,
Yeah.
but sometimes.
Okay.
Are you ever like performing live like fuck I gotta do that voice, or is it
No, the hardest
does it
thing.
flow out of you naturally?
The hardest thing for me to do performing live is anything where I'm like singing a lot.
Okay.
That's the hardest shit, because I'm not like a trained singer like that. You know, like I try and I've practiced and all that, but I'm not
Right.
like formally trained to like sing and shit. So any song where I gotta like sing heavy like that, that's the ones that get me scared. Doing the voices honestly isn't that like difficult for me to do.
Okay.
It sounds like a lot of breath control.
Yeah.
Because you are like rapping fast sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I don't want to take away from your rapping ability. Like, you rap fast, but like, I feel like because you're a really good rhymer as well. Like, the voices like I think the words you choose allow you to like sound really flowy, you know?
Yeah.
Because you like rhyming a lot through the process, you know? So
Yeah.
I think you're rapping fast a lot of the times when you're doing these voices. So that's why it sounds like really interesting to me, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, for real, for real.
I don't know. You know, when I was in high school, I had like a big Tech 9 phase, man. I was listening to like a lot of
Damn,
strange music shit.
That makes so much sense. Tech
So-
9 is in that realm, dude.
So I probably used to try to rap way faster than I do now. So now
Okay.
like the breath control doesn't really seem that bad to me, just because like
Okay.
I don't even think I rap that fast actually, but maybe
Okay.
I do sometimes.
Yeah. Or it's kept up with the beat, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's like the biggest thing, you know? Like
Yeah.
I think I'm like, maybe it's the music I've been listening to. It's way more slow and melodic, you know?
Yeah.
So when you hear like rapping on like beats that are still upbeat and lively,
Right.
it's like, oh damn, I got I gotta train my ear to keep up as a
Yeah.
listener, you know? But I like that. It has like Joyner Lucas-esque, you know? Like Joyner Lucas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he
Okay.
he does a lot of that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even see the switch coming in his flow, you know? Like, I
Yeah.
don't see the switch coming type of thing.
Yeah.
It's like one of those trained ears thing. Because I know it's not an acquired taste, but as I said, if you're not ready to hear rap sometimes, you just won't know what's going on, you know?
Right.
They don't know what to listen for in the bars and stuff. Because
Right.
I like listening to your pen. So
Yeah.
at times as a fan, I'm just like, I find myself listening to different things in a song.
Yeah,
Maybe,
for sure.
you know, like maybe I shouldn't be listening to the punches in this song. It's about the flow patterns he chose.
Right.
Or maybe in this song, he was trying to come in like with a certain type of energy, you know?
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely songs where I'm less focused on the words and just more focused on like the flows and the bounce and like the voices, you know, and all the cadences and shit like that.
For sure.
New Day is kind of one of those songs I'm not super focused on.
Yeah, it's a
wordplay
vibe,
or
bro.
anything like
Yeah,
that,
it's a
but-
vibe. It's just a vibe too.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
Of course, bro. Another one where you go ahead, Frankie. My bad.
No, I was gonna ask.
Yeah,
so what made
please.
you decide to remix everywhere?
Ooh. Had to do it. I had to do it. You know what's crazy? It was a super last minute decision. Because I was trying to do this thing where I dropped like a song every month, right? So I dropped New Day in January, and then I dropped Devil Level in February. And then so I was trying to figure out what I was going to be able to finish in time to drop in March, because I have a couple songs that are like almost all the way there, but then they need to be finished and then mixed, and I'm just like, I'm gonna run out of time, you know? So I was kind of stressing about that. And then I was just like, you know, 2 songs in less than 2 months, that's pretty good, you know? Like how fast did I used to release songs? So I went on Spotify and I was like looking at all my dates that I released music before. Some of them I was like, that's crazy. I didn't even know I released these songs so close together. But then I got all the way back to the beginning, and I dropped Everywhere and Warm Nights 2 weeks apart from like my first drops on Spotify.
Wow.
And so
fire.
I was looking at the date and I was like, March 15th, 2019. I was like, damn, it's been almost 5 years. The 5-year anniversary is going to be coming up.
Okay.
I was like, man, I'm going to need to make some content. And then I was like, wait, 5-year anniversary is in like 2.5 weeks. Like, I remember always wanted to, back when the song first dropped, always wanted to remix it. We would always talk about it, but like we never made it happen, you know? So I was like, bro, I wonder if like we could remix it, because I've been meeting in the studio with him every week. We've been in the studio every week
Oh damn.
for like this whole year almost.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I was like, so I hit him up and I was like, hey, remember how we used to talk about remixing everywhere? Well, the 5-year anniversary is coming up. Can we do it? And he was like, fuck yeah. And I was like, okay, but I'm gonna have to upload this song in like a week. So write your verse right now, because we're meeting in 4 days to record it.
The same
That's gonna
timeline
be-
you
yeah,
had.
the song's
he
gotta be
said.
done.
Yeah.
But yeah, we made it happen, man. Like, and it was a long night, man. I was in the studio till like, you know, we were both in the studio till like 3 a.m. and the verse I had wrote, I laid it down and I wasn't that happy with it, and I thought I could kind of work it out to where I would like it better, like in the studio, and it wasn't working. So I like started rewriting my verse that night. I was like, fuck, dude. I started to like get really down. I was like, bro, I'm trying to like rewrite a verse. It's already like 1 a.m. Like, what am I doing? But somehow we made it happen, man. And then I got it in and I squeezed a few hours in to like make some mixing adjustments over the weekend and got it uploaded and it came out.
Yeah. That's fire.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy how it all happened.
Yeah.
Even the artwork, was actually painted by my 7-year-old little baby cousin in law. It's my girl's cousin's daughter. Yeah, my daughter had a sleepover with her twin cousins. They're twins, these two girls. She had a sleepover with them. And then in the morning, their parents sent us this picture of all the paintings that they had been doing. And I just like saw this one painting of like these three people underneath the world. And like the world was all glittery and shit. And I was like, whoa, that looks really cool. So we got there to pick her up, and I was like, this is kind of weird, but can I use your daughter's painting for like a song artwork? And they were just kind of like, yeah, okay. And then I knew I had to ask her, so I asked her, and she was like super excited about it. And I was just like, fuck yeah, we're doing this.
No, that's clutch, man. That's kind of really cool for her as well. She gonna see it in the future.
Yeah, and then so my girl's cousin was telling me that they showed her like when the song came out, and she was like, "Is that on real Spotify?" And so she made him close the app and reopen it and research up the song on Spotify just to prove like this is not some Photoshop picture. This is on Spotify. That's your painting.
He just lied to me, showing my painting with a song.
All right, Photoshop, buddy. All right.
No, that's cool, man.
No, that's cool.
So it was really dope. I was happy that she was so excited about it.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Briefly, you mentioned you doing mixing and mastering. You handle all that yourself on your work? Was it something you always did, or
for some songs? I think the first song that I like actually put out that I mixed and mastered myself was "In My Head." All up in my head again. All up in my head, you know. I mixed that one, and so my first few songs and some other ones sprinkled in there. My brother-in-law Josh, that works at Love and Laughter. He mixed those ones. Like Everywhere he mixed, Warm Nights, Light Up, I Don't Like That. He mixed
Vampire?
all those. Vampire was me, actually.
Word.
Yeah, that was actually like that was like my crowning achievement when I mixed that song, because I did so many different.
That video is dope too.
Oh, thank you, man.
Yeah,
that whole
production was dope.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, because I did so many different voices, so many different like effects switch and everything, and filters. I was like,
bro, the content too at the end.
Yeah,
it's heavy. Yeah. That whole. Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely one that I'm proud of.
How long did that whole project, like the song and the video, take you?
The song really didn't take that long. I don't feel like, I don't remember exactly, but I think most of it happened in one day as far as like the writing and recording, and the mixing was probably just, a couple more days on top of that. Because I was really like, when I see like a vision for something, like I just like, I don't know, I just go at it, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of can just see what I want it to be. So that one, like I kind of like knew right away what I wanted it to feel like, what kind of effects I wanted on everything already. And that's why I went ahead and mixed it myself, because I had the vision for it, you know what I mean? Some songs, I'll record and I won't be quite sure like how to make that sound the way I want it to sound, or how I should EQ or whatever, So that's when like it's good to have somebody like Josh, who's like a industry professional who knows what to do in those situations. But like a song like that, I don't know, I just went at the video. Took a while.
It looked like it took a while. Yeah,
the video took a while,
especially
because
the casket you guys made.
Yeah, man, I made that fast as hell at work.
Really?
Yeah.
It had like lights in it too, right? Or a light in it?
Yeah. I had bought like this little spotlight off Amazon. And we put it up in there, because the thing, it wasn't like a full size casket. It's just like down to like my stomach.
Oh, okay.
Because it was only going to be whatever's in frame,
Yeah,
So
right.
it's like it's like sitting on top
casket,
of pallets on carts, and like then we had the poles are just like pieces of metal tubing that are like zip tied to the side of the carts, and then I put rags on them and dipped them in alcohol and lit them on fire. And one of the rags fell off during filming, and then there was fire on the ground.
Yeah,
it was good times. No, but
sacrifice for the.
But yeah, I shot
sacrifice for the vision.
I shot that video at work. I had my homies shot it. My homie Jesse and Nick, they shot it. It was like a 2-camera thing. They both had one camera set up for it, and that's why we were able to do cool things with the angles and everything, and it made it easy to do like chop cuts, from different angles because of course they're gonna match and it's the same exact take. So yeah, it was cool. I invited him to come to the shop, and like, we would make the video happen. So like I clocked out and I just had to like build this coffin like fast as fuck. I just like taped this piece of glass inside of it, and I was like welding it. And I fucked up, and then I had to like cut things apart and like re-weld them all together. But it worked out, and like it just came out cool. Like I really liked how it looked.
Yeah, it looked cool, man. I really liked it.
Yeah, thank you. And we had like I knew we had like these little, what do you call them? Like chemistry vial looking things. You know what I'm talking about? Like test tubes
like
and
beakers.
like beakers and all that. I knew we had some of those, so I bought some food coloring, and then we poured those in different. We poured water in different things and mixed it with food coloring to make like the little potions. There's like different like little B-roll footage of me like pouring something like that, and like we used a spotlight for that too, and like dude, it was really dope.
No, that's sick, bro.
Then we went out to Black Star, and that's where we shot the stuff for the second half.
Damn, I haven't been to Black Star in like years, dude.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, it's kind of freaky out there.
Yeah.
Like 18, 19,
bro, around that time, bro. Dang. Nah, yeah, because I was in the midst of me asking about you doing the mixing and mastering. Do you like doing that work? Is it tedious compared to the rapping side? Like how much time do you spend even like? Are you always overthinking your work, or is it you kind of know how you want to sound? Because I know you said you'll even look to your, the brother-in-law.
Right.
Is it something you like have to sit on for a while, be like, damn, I can't get it, or do you know like this isn't even me to work with? I'm just gonna hand it over to him.
Sometimes that happens.
Okay.
But it is something I feel like I'm getting better at, so it's a learning process. I don't mind doing it. I like being able to do it if I can do it good. Like if I can get it to turn out how I want it to, then I enjoy like the process of it for sure. Like I'm kind of a control freak when it comes to like my songs and my visions and all that, and so yeah, I like to be able to make something sound exactly how I want it to my vision and everything like that. Put the effects I want, EQ it how I want. Like I like that.
Was that the same with Devil Level?
Devil Level.
Did you get to mix and master and have your hands all over that project?
I did mix and master Devil Level, yeah.
Okay.
I had to think about that for a second because I mixed it like a long time ago, and then I like retouched it up just when it was going to come out.
Yeah, please speak on that song, the feature on it, and
yeah,
I think it's a really great song, man. Or all of us do as well.
Oh, thank you. The feature is a homie named 9-5. I met him at the studio at Love and Laughter like years ago. I think I only met him like one time too. I was there with my girl, and she had to go like ask them something in the studio, and so I just like walked in and I like heard what they were working on, and I said what's up to them and stuff, and like we exchanged Instagrams and all that, basic networking shit. And then I don't know, I just kind of always wanted to work with him. Like he's got kind of like a different sound from a lot of local artists, like I feel like a lot of local artists I know like try to be like super like lyrical and all that, they want to be like that rap guy, that guy who raps really well. But I feel like he's just more about like the vibe. He's more on like his Travis Scott type shit, like he just like, puts on some auto-tune, just like croons something out. And like, I fuck with that because I like to do that too. So I kind of always wanted to work with him. And then I had that song. And I was just like, I feel like he would be cool on it. I had only written one verse, and I performed at like this Rodriguez show. Halloween.
Yeah.
It was like a Halloween show that they threw a couple years ago.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I performed it there, and people seemed to really like it. And I was like, okay, I got to do something with this. So I hit up that guy. I hit up 9-5, and I was like, if you would want to hop on this, let me know. And I thought we were going to meet in the studio, but I didn't realize he had moved to San Diego.
Damn.
I was like, damn. I was like, well, do you have like a setup there? And he's like, yeah, I can shoot something back to you. I was like, oh, whew. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. So he shot his verse back to me, and he had already kind of like mixed his verse. I added a few things to it and like kind of fine tuned it into like the master and all that when that came around. But yeah, he had already done a good job like tuning his verse. He knew what he wanted to sound like already on the track. That same thing. When you got a vision, like you kind of got to be the one to do it sometimes, or at least be there for it. So yeah, he sent me back the verse, and I was like, this is a vibe, dude. Like, so. I kind of sat on it for a while because there's like some imperfections of it that like I was just overthinking for sure. Like little things about like the timing and like different lines on the hook or whatever. There's like one line on the hook that still kind of bothers me. That I feel like doesn't quite hit at the right time. But
that's crazy.
But I don't know. I was so far removed from that moment that I just couldn't bring myself to like re-record it. And I was just like, I think it's kind of just me. Like I don't think most people are gonna notice that this one little word doesn't hit exactly when I thought it was gonna hit. You know what I mean? So I had to just eventually, I was just like, bro, if I want to do this shit where I'm like putting out songs consistently, I'm gonna have to get over myself a little bit. I gotta start putting like I gotta be like okay, just releasing, just get it out, because otherwise it's just gonna sit in my fucking drive forever. Like it's not going anywhere if we're being realistic. I have a lot of songs like that where I'm like waiting, like, oh, but there's this one little thing that I want to do to it, and like I'm never gonna go do it. I got new songs I'm writing. Why am I gonna go back to that? That's shit from like 2 years ago, unless I'm like really intent on putting it out. And that's, you know, that's what you got to do. Sometimes you have to decide, like,
and then you're gonna get to that point where you're never gonna release it.
Yeah. So there's a few more songs like that where I need to just like I need to just decide, like, okay, this is coming out like next month, so finish this shit up.
I hear you.
So, and that's something, you know, I've never been good at, like finishing songs. So that's something I'm trying to do right now, is just like me and O, like we had this song because we were recording a bunch of songs. We recorded like 6 or 7 songs, but we didn't finish any of them. And like we just kept moving on to new shit because we were just having fun, like writing new songs, recording them and everything. And so this one we're working on right now, we're just like, nah, like we're not, every time we meet, we are not working on another song except for the Everywhere remix, except for, you know, this is the only song we're going to work on until it's done. So that one's almost done.
That's nice, bro.
That should be April.
And like you said, you've been going, how many months you and him been linking up every week?
Me and O, we started meeting up. When was the Summertime in the Juice show?
That was in July.
Yeah.
Of last year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So like last summer is when we started like meeting up.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then there was kind of some breaks here and there because I was trying to do like other things, other songs and all that. And then this year, then I was like, you know what? Like me and him, we always like make good shit together. I'm always on the top of my game when like I'm writing with him because I know he's hella talented and I'm not trying to get washed. So, so yeah, me and Araya, we've been looking up. I don't know exactly when it started, but mostly like earlier this year, pretty much every week, consistently, ever since like
that's fire.
New Day
just
came
to
out.
even get in that routine,
a couple
but
weeks
as
to
you
finish
said,
Devil Level.
I think you're just it keeps you consistent. You know, keep like
absolutely
keeps your mind in a creative mindset.
Yeah, it's really good, and especially, you know, like those nights that I don't want to go to the studio or whatever like that. Well, I don't have a choice because he's gonna be there, so
right.
So I better show up and I better
It
be
makes
ready
you
to
more
work,
accountable.
you know?
Yeah,
and it's fun. You know, we just have more fun, like than like just me sitting alone in a studio. Like sometimes I prefer that because I feel more open to like experiment and everything like that. You know, I don't have to worry if something I do is whack because nobody else is there to hear it. But no, I mean, we just have a lot of fun in the studio together, so it's been really good.
Nice. It kind of sounds like the same as like having a gym partner. Like, ah, fuck, I gotta go.
Yeah,
absolutely. I know homie's gonna pull up. Yeah,
yeah. So we're starting like a little duo together, something a little separate from LM because you know, like LM is like our thing with Woods
for sure.
And so,
have you spoken to him recently?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I've been talking to Woods.
That's good. Where's he at?
He's up there. Right there.
Nice.
Held it down. Held down.
Yeah, I'm supposed to see him in a couple days. So.
Heck yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Always in the prayers, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, so to him.
Yeah, he's doing good.
That's good.
Yeah. He has plans to release his mixtape that he was previewing last time he was on here. Yeah.
Safe Space.
So
I remember.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So he's finally getting back into it.
That,
yeah, he's getting back into it.
I remember he was like, honestly, that like stemmed from me asking you the question about mixing and mastering because I remember you were doing his stuff.
Oh
at
yeah,
that time.
Yeah.
You were
that
like
was fun.
up.
That's honestly when I was like really trying to learn because he was like, you know, he was paying me for those sessions. So I was like, bro, I better learn what the fuck I'm doing. I started watching like hella YouTube tutorials. I was watching like hours on hours of YouTube tutorials on mixing and shit because I was like, bro, I better learn how to do this shit for real because you know, I want this shit to sound good for him. You know, I want him to be happy with the product and everything. I want it to sound like quality.
Yeah.
So that's really what inspired me to like take my engineering to the next level.
Heck yeah, bro. Another question I want to ask on the creative side is cover arts.
Yeah.
How much time do you put into that? Like, because I think like the New Day one, that's like you and like Joker out the window. You know,
That was
That
exact,
time-
bro. I sent
It
that.
is, huh?
I sent that exact.
see?
I sent
The
that
vision
exact
came through
picture.
then, bro.
I sent
The
that.
vision came through, bro, because that's what it looked like to me, bro. You know.
I sent that exact picture to the homie Jesse. I was like, bro, I got this vision for a photo shoot. I want the cover art to look kind of like this picture. And I was like, I already knew when I sent it to him that he was going to be like judging me and shit because he hates superhero movies. I was like, bro, I'm going to send him the fucking Joker picture or whatever. Like, whatever. He's always clowning me. But it's fine. I sent him that shit and I was like, I want it to be like this, except not like, I didn't want it to be dark. You know, I want it to be like, I don't know how to describe it other than like golden. You know, I want it to be like classy, like like lights, camera, action type shit. You know,
No, I
like
hear
I'm out
you.
the window, like rolling up to the red carpet.
Yeah.
You know, so we did this photo shoot and it was better than I expected, man. I love those pictures.
Heck yeah,
I still got
bro.
a few that I want to post because like there was just so many different angles he took. Like I love the one where I'm like out of the car window with like my elbows out. So the angle he took that from was sick, and like they just came out really cool. And I was like, so that one actually was one of my more like, how should I say, like planned out, well thought out, like cover arts. A lot of times I'm doing that
Executed
shit,
as well,
like,
man.
last minute.
It was executed as well.
Thank you.
Genuinely, like I think like a good cover art can make me like remember the song too. You know.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's the one with the, you know, just even to say that when I'm speaking about your catalog or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, so it's good that you're trying to put extra thought, as you said, into it. Like,
Yeah. Devil Level, I was really happy with that, how that cover art came out. That one's like don't tell anybody, it's a little like AI generated.
That's cool, bro.
I use the Photoshop generative
Yeah.
features, and like I just, you know.
Did you have to be all descriptive?
Well,
Or
yeah,
like-
because like I kind of did like piece by piece.
Okay.
Because it's not like just a website where you like type something out and like
Yeah,
it just
alright.
gives you the whole thing. Like I had to like type like the sky and then did
Okay.
like some variations of that until I liked it. And then I did like, you know, use like the little lasso tool and you like select another little part and you say, what do you want there? And, you know, I just kind of went through it for a while and used Photoshop to kind of like make it not look so fake.
Yeah.
One of the guy's hands still looks crazy, but I just couldn't figure
That's
out
the
what
one
to do
thing.
with it.
Yeah. That's the one thing AI can like never get right for some reason.
It looked like the guy was falling down from the sky while wearing a baseball mitt or something. I was like, fuck, dude.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know what it is. AI.
Yeah, he's got
Yeah,
his
for
mitt
whatever
on,
reason.
dude. He was trying to catch
It'll
a
give them like extra like thumbs and shit. Okay, it's weird.
Yeah, like their hands will be right here, and then you'll count like 15 fingers.
Yeah.
Yo, yeah, that's the one thing that I trip out how they use that, because as I said, like I just assume you have to type a subscription and it'll pop out something for
Yeah.
you. But to me, it's just like a way more interactive, like. Cause I used to do the 3D paint on my computer, you know.
Oh, yeah,
I used to be on 3D paint, bro. Like,
Oh, there you go.
like you so weak shit, you know. So I feel like that's just more of a way more interactive way to do some 3D paint, you know.
Yeah.
So it's just like more things at your disposal with that, at least,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it was cool. It worked out really good. There's some little things I couldn't
I've
get
seen
to
some
look
sick
quite
AI art,
like I
like,
couldn't get to
bro.
look right, so I just
Yeah.
like kind of adjusted as I went. But I was happy with how it turned out.
Mm.
And then the Everywhere art, you know, I used that picture
Yeah.
from my cousin. I love that. But I wish I had spent a little bit more time with like the text and everything. I was in a rush, man. I was I was trying to get that shit uploaded.
Yeah, when
but-
you were explaining that time, like it just seemed like you put pressure on yourself, like to even have a guideline, like a
Yeah.
drop date.
Yeah.
I think that like puts you in like a different type of grind mode, work mode, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's just get this done.
Yeah. I've had like even the promo video for it and everything. Like the promo video was supposed to drop with the song. It didn't even drop for like a couple days. The next day, a couple days, I don't remember. Like after the song came out, just because I was like staying up till all hours of the night trying to finish the promo video and get it to look how I want it to look.
I feel you.
So
Do you have anything planned for the rest of the year, my guy?
I got lots planned for the rest of the
Okay,
year.
can you tell us a little about it?
Continue the streak that you got going on right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep dropping a song every month. Next one should be coming out with Oriya. You know, we're starting a little, you know, that little duo for ourselves. So we're
Oh,
gonna try to
man.
like build a brand around it. We're working on a logo right now. You know, hopefully do some merch around that.
Heck yeah.
I want the merch to not be like so like artist specific. You know, I don't want to sell merch with just my name because it's like you got to be like a fan of me and my music.
Yeah.
Like pretty heavy to like rep like my name on your clothing. You know what I mean? I mean, like especially because like you know some artists like Pretty Papes is like that's a cool name because like his like legal name isn't in there. I feel like Tyler though, like to have a shirt that says Tyler on it, that's pretty weird. You know? Like you got to know who I am.
I hear you.
So you're looking more of a just like a design.
Yeah. So we got a little name, and I don't know if I should say this with I'll say the name though. But
I'd love to get you guys back on as a duo as well, bro.
Yeah, but
I've been meaning to tell O to come up here, dude. I've been wanting to have him on.
Yeah.
So the fact that it'd be cool to get you guys together as a duo,
absolutely,
that'd be cool.
Yeah. So we'll have some more stuff going by then, but yeah. So we're working out a name and like a kind of like a brand identity and everything like that. Trying to shoot a video for the song we got coming up. And then we're just gonna keep it going. We're just gonna keep working on songs, and like I said, I've got a few other ones that I want to like put out. Songs I've like previewed and done at shows and everything that I know people like, but I just like never finished the shit. That I want to like get back in the studio and finish the shit.
I hear you.
So
no, that's good, bro.
hopefully do some shows.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that. That was the next question. Any more shows? Because that's where we always seen you, and I feel like you enjoy yourself and you've made new fans.
Yeah,
just due
absolutely.
to your performances. You know,
Absolutely.
I think that's a big part of how you represent yourself. Because you do great at shows, my guy.
Thank you, bro. You know, I always love doing the Doll Hut shows. So I'll probably hit up Chef, you know, in a couple months or whatever when me and O have a few more tracks, you know, lined up, ready to go. It would be cool to do kind of like a little like release tour if we drop like an EP or something like that, you know, do a show up in Anaheim and then like, you know, figure out what's going on with live music down in Santa Ana. I don't hear a whole lot these days other than just like people at FTG. We can do FTG. But
I think that's the last time I saw you, FTG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That might have been the last show I did.
With Young O.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I performed at the Side Note a few times, you know, the venue in the back of Love and Laughter Studios.
Oh yeah. I
performed there, so I don't remember what exactly the last thing I did was, but yeah, it's been a while.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I gotta figure out like who's throwing shows these days. I don't know. I used to know.
I hear you.
I don't know if I'm out of the loop or if the scene has just kind of died down because it kind of feels like a little bit of both, to be honest. You know, it used to be, you know, we were throwing our shows at OG Mike's once a month with DJ Robert Blaze. Louis LaRue was showing throws. Did I say that right?
Yeah, no,
showing throws?
Showing throws.
We're showing throws and throwing shows out
that's
here.
That's fine.
You also shot one of your videos there too. Which one was it?
Oh, everywhere. Yeah, everywhere I shot.
Right? Yeah.
I shot there. Shout out Robert Blaze for that one, man. That would not have happened without him.
OG Mike's ain't there no more.
Yeah, OG Mike's doesn't even exist these days.
I know, bruh.
Yeah, Louis LaRue is throwing shows there as well. So we used to be there like twice a month doing shows, you know. And By the Way Entertainment was throwing a lot of shows down here. I haven't really kept up. I know they kind of move more into the business like signing artists, so that's cool too. Yeah, I just got to figure out who's active right now. Chef stays active.
Yeah.
So I know he's always an asset and a resource.
Yeah, he got back to throwing his monthly shows at the Doll
he's
Hut.
back active.
Yeah. I saw that.
Wednesday Tap LC Connect Hip Hop Show.
Yes, sir.
Feel me?
Those are always a vibe.
Bro, this week he's doing an all ladies night.
Oh yeah.
All.
I
you
did
go.
see that.
Yeah,
I did
bro.
see
I
that.
remember.
Damn,
I remember
Chef.
they did one of those like
All
a long
women,
time
dude.
ago, but that's you know.
I was like,
I always love those shows,
dude. Yeah, like, cause it would tap me in, cause I'm not like I should be more in the loop, you know.
Yeah.
Just naturally, like, naturally I get suggested by other people,
Right.
So the fact that he has a show that can be a showcase where I could just fund them myself, and now I could be the outlet to suggest these artists to people, you know.
Right.
So that's sick that he's doing shit like that. So once again, anybody that wants to tap in, I'm glad you mentioned him.
Yes, sir.
It's OC Connect Hip Hop Show every third Wednesday, Doll Hut.
Yeah.
And yeah, bro. Hopefully in the future
Chef Keys
we
gets
see
down.
you at other shows, bro. I'd love to see you again.
Yeah.
And we're
man.
here for all your music, bro. Honestly.
Yeah, that's another thing I want to do is I just want to start going out to shows more. You know, it feels like since the pandemic and I had my daughter and all that, I just don't get out to shows like I used to. So that's something I definitely want to start doing more of. And I think that kind of comes with like understanding where the scene is at, knowing who the other artists are, knowing who's throwing the shows, producers, everything like that. You know. So I gotta get out there again,
For sure.
kick it with the young people, see what's going on.
I hear you, man. I hear you. Tyler, man, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
You
guys,
understand, man. Like,
Yeah, go,
like-
let the people know where they can find you.
yeah,
Also,
that's. Always forget that part.
yeah.
What's up?
I said where they can find you, where to link all this
Oh,
music, where to
You
stay
can find
tapped
me
in.
everywhere. Nah, you can.
Hear both versions, the remix,
Yes, sir.
new one, but
I know.
hear
I
the old
noticed
one as
like
well,
I
yeah.
noticed like my plays were going up for everywhere too. Like the original. I was like, damn, y'all listening to both of them?
yeah,
I
That's
went-
dedication.
hell yeah.
But yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Tyler.Conan_LM. My music is on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, everything. So yeah.
Hell yeah, bro. We're here for it, bro.
And where can we find you?
This is the Juice Podcast.
Yes, sir.
You feel me? Juma signing out every another episode. Thank you, all the listeners. And thank you, Tyler, once again, my guy.
Till we making it
Yeah,
out.
you know? Late.
Selling that fish, selling that fish.